collection of French Impressionist paintings has made the Lady Lever Art Gallery in Port Sunlight their new home. The exhibition of works from Renoir to Monet to Degas and Rodin will be on display until May the 31st.
What kind of a coup is this for the Lady Lever?
Well, it's a fantastic coup to get French Impressionist works displayed here, and some from National Museum Stockholm, which will have been very rarely seen out of Scandinavia, and it gives us a great opportunity to show them against paintings from National Museums Liverpool's own collections, so it's a wonderful group of Impressionist paintings to gather together.
And what can people expect to see when they come down?
Well, they'll see works by some of the most famous names in Impressionism: Monet, Degas, Renoir, Rodin, and so on. And a wonderful example of a work by Alfred Sisley that we can see behind us here. So some of the great names of Impressionism. It's not a huge show, but every painting and sculpture in the show is a wonderful example of their work.
What is it that draws people to the Impressionists? What makes them different?
I think what interests people is that they were quite a revolutionary group of artists at the time, working to the mid to later 19th century, and they had been felt constricted by how art was taught at the time and what that meant for artists. So, artists were taught to use certain colours in a certain way, were taught to paint in a certain technique, and even the subjects that they painted was dictated or encouraged by art colleges and so on. And the Impressionists tried to break away from all those conventions, became very interested in colour and light and atmosphere. And for example, they didn't just paint landscapes by going outside and making sketches in small books and then going back to the studio to paint. They actually painted directly from the landscape outside onto the canvas, and really studied nature closely. They were also interested in studying modern life, so life in cafes and café concert and bars and so on, and just studying everyday people, not necessarily famous people or great names, but making studies of people in regular environments, just as we might go out today and see people and think about how they look and what they're doing. And that was sort of a new subject for artists to think about the modern world around them and what it meant. And I think it's the fact really that they broke conventions that intrigues people. But of course the work that they produced is so light and bright and beautiful and atmospheric that it has great appeal for us even today.